opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Outdoors People with me, C.W. Getz, and her, Maya Marzaki. Good evening. It's Wednesday, February 15th, and you know what? I just learned this. February, well, I actually knew it before, but February, not February. And it was like a big thing, and I forget where the hell I heard that. But it's interesting. A lot of people pronounce it February instead of February. So I'm trying to do that correctly from now on. But
I'm trying too.
It's a challenge, man, because when you're used to doing bad habits, it's hard to break those. But yeah. So it's February 15th, 2023. We have a 39-degree Fahrenheit. I'm going to go with the word icky again. I like that word. Just kind of, it's just gray and it's cold and it's windy, and we're going to get like between 3 and 6 inches of snow tomorrow. So,
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You don't know what snow is, but it's this white stuff. Sometime I'll take a picture of it. But it translates from Fahrenheit to 4 degrees Celsius. How's that sound to you?
Oh my gosh, it sounds terrible. Actually, I'm not jealous. I am too hot in here. Yes,
really,
but I prefer feel like melting than
freezing. Absolutely. So, I'm with you, sister. So, what is your temperature down there?
So it is a very hot, sunny day in here with 31 degrees Celsius. Okay. And 89 degrees Fahrenheit.
You're getting up there to where it's warm. Like the uncomfortable land. Yeah. Well, I mean, not uncomfortable, but plenty warm. I mean, you couldn't bake chicken in that weather, but still, it's plenty warm. Yeah.
You can try at the street, maybe egg.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you could certainly warm a chicken up in that temperature, but I don't enjoy it. No. So anyway, and I just tell you, we're waiting for our guest. He is in Panama City and having a little trouble logging in down there to right now. So we are kind of waiting for him patiently. What do we got on the Camper 69? Greetings from Hamilton today. Felt like spring with a 16 degrees Celsius temperature. What? So 16, I can make my chart. I have a chart. I actually did that when we started this new show. All right, 16 degrees would be that's about zero. That's about zero Celsius. That's minus. I lied to you. 16. I don't know. I'm confused. Oh, wait a minute. 16. I'd be about zero. I don't know. What the hell? No, 16. That's 60 degrees. 60 degrees. There's minuses and there's not. So I'm wrong side of the clock, C-Dub. Yeah. All right. Hey, I just got a message from our guest. I think he's ready. Juan, does that sound like, is that what you got too? Do we have our guest waiting backstage?
Yes.
Is Juan still in the house, or did he leave and go get a pizza?
Or a beer.
He says yes. What does that mean? Yes to the pizza, or yes, our guest is here? I don't know.
We will figure it out soon.
Yeah. Yes to the guest. Okay. How about the pizza? Never mind the pizza. Okay. Let's just continue on. I had a pizza, he says. Yeah, you and me both. Tonight's episode of Outdoors People is brought to you by Rutabaga Paddle Sports, providing time on the water.
By Campground Views, making camping easier.
By Duluth Pack, made in the USA since 1882.
And by Jackson Kayak, pursuing joy through paddle sports.
Tonight's episode is Surf Skating, the new old school, with our special guest, Jaime Armijo. When 44-year-old Panama City orthodontist and surfer Jaime Armijo isn't hanging 10, he indulges in a popular new sport called surf skating. Surf skating is gaining popularity in many places around the world, And Jamie, aka Uncle Jay, is among those who are leading the way. He's highly involved in promoting surf skate training for beginners and will also be coordinating the upcoming surf skating contest in Panama. And with that, welcome to the show, Jamie.
Oh, hi, my
Yeah.
friends. Hi
There
there.
he is. All right.
Hi.
We were
Are
just
you-
we were just wondering if how much trouble you were going to have, and I was like, I hope he can make it. I hope he can get here. So a little bit trouble with the internet down there. I totally understand. Totally
No, only
understand.
with the browser, really.
Oh,
Hey,
gotcha.
I want to thank you for the opportunity so we can like share with you what's going on in Panama. It's different
Yeah,
here down here. It's relatively new for many people that doesn't know about this sport, but it's been here like
yeah,
since ever. It's really the essence of skating as you know it right now. it,
yeah.
it really started like that. People want to surf when there were no waves, so they started building up these skateboards with what they had. So they had rollerblades, and then they do use them with boards, and they created the first skateboards. So they were surf skating there. It evolved to what you know right now. But I don't know if you want to talk something else before.
Yeah, well, Maya
Yes.
was, yeah, go ahead, Maya.
Yes, I was going to ask you exactly that. So thank you for letting us know, actually.
Yeah, she was just going to ask you. I think she was just
Yeah.
basically going to ask you, what is surf skating? And what is it? I mean, you know, describe it if you could for us.
Yes, like what is the mainly difference between the regular one and the surf skating?
And it's really the same thing. What happens is that skateboarding like got more popularity because they were like doing some tricks and evolving from the original surf skating scene, because the original purpose of this was to surf the streets. So it's really surf skate all the way that evolved to the modern skateboarding as you know it. And right now, what happened is that pandemia brought the people, indoors. So the surf skates that we use right now has a different system, and it like make it easier to feel the sensation of surfing in the streets. So they have like a different system in the trucks. That's where the mic happens. So people started using more surfskate during pandemia, but really it's been here like almost 20 years ago, 20 something years, that the first brand of surf skates came around in California. And that's the original brand for surf skates is Carver Skates. Nowadays, you can find a lot of brands. But the thing that I want to tell you is that you can do it like in small spaces, like in your living room, in your basement, in the sidewalk. So you don't need like big spaces, and you can do it like anywhere. So these skateboards are more like the mountain bikes of skateboarding, because you can use them like anywhere: downhill, sidewalks, living room, bowls, ramps, half pipes, whatever you want to use them, you can use them. So mainly is what surf skate is. It's always been the same, right? Right now it got popularity because of this.
And
Interesting.
I tried it once, like a year ago, and I felt like it was more like fluid, like feels like you are in the water actually, because the regular skate, it is more like straight, and the surf skating feels more like fluid, kind of you go with the flow. I don't know if it was my sensation or if like really true about the surf skating.
Okay, what happens is that the new systems of trucks emulate pretty well the surf feeling in your feet. That's what you felt. But for a person that haven't surfed before, it's hard to understand, if they haven't failed, how it feels to go right in a wave. Like going up and down, and that's what you feel in surfing. So these new systems emulate so good the feeling of surfing that you can practice many things that you need to improve in water. So mainly, I usually recommend, if you're gonna use the surfskate for training or only for fun. Those are two different things. So the main thing is, when you know what you want to do, if you only want to have fun, and that's cool, because that's what we want, really, to have fun always, but fun and train at the same time. Then you need like a proper training, proper orientation and everything. But that's mainly what you feel. The flow that you set is the flow that you feel when surfing.
That's very, very cool. And how do you know which type of skating board is the right for you?
It's the same thing as maybe the cars. You see many brands. They all do the same, but every brand of car feel different. So there are many systems right now, many brands. What you want is something that is good for a beginner if you're starting. If you're like intermediate to advanced, you need maybe a high performance systems. But all of the surf skates work well. It depends on what do you want to feel. So to maybe acquire a skateboard, a surf skate first, you first need to learn. And when you learn and practice a little bit, you can try the board before buying it. That's something I tell everybody, like, go to the store, try to feel the board, ride the board. Maybe they always have like a demo board, so they share with the clients, and you can try the board first. And it's not the same as a longboard, cruiser, regular skateboard. It's different. The system requires a lot of balance, and once you like make the first pump, you go. You won't stop because you start like pumping and you never stop riding it. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you did. And we will be back with more of Outdoors People right after these messages.
A few years ago, someone asked Rutabaga's owner, Darren Bush, "Hey, how long have you guys been selling boats?" Darren replied, "Well, we don't sell boats. We sell time on the water." Of course, that comes in all types. We help people paddle more safely with Rutabaga outdoor programs. We rent canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. We sell and install racks to get you from home to adventure. Rutabaga's got everything you need to get you out on the water, like paddles, life jackets, dry bags, and clothing. Rutabaga Paddle Sports, on the web at rutabaga.com. Mention you saw this ad on The Camping Show.
It is time to go camping. Introducing Campground Views virtual tours. You can tour the campground, see the sites, see if they are available, and click to book your perfect spot. Hit the open road and explore the amazing places found in nature. We make it easy to discover, find, and book your site so that you can go have the fun and freedom you seek. Campground Views virtual tours make it easy and simple for you to see where you are going.
Duluth Pack is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. In store at 365 Canal Park Drive or online at duluthpack.com.
We're one big family, a community of paddlers, and we want to make sure that everyone has a great time out on the water.
We are made right here in Sparta, Tennessee, USA.
This is where every Jackson kayak is born, built by hand with a focus on innovation.
We are Jackson Kayak.
We are
Jackson Kayak.
We're Jackson Kayak.
We are Jackson Kayak.
And we're back with our guest, Jaime Armijo. Jamie, let me ask you, are surf skateboards rather more costly than regular skateboards?
Well, a regular skateboard maybe from $60 to $150. A regular skateboard. A surf skate usually goes from $180 to $350, something like that.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a big difference.
But the difference is that you're gonna use this board so many times, and it won't get damaged because you're not doing the tricks that they do in regular skateboarding.
Oh.
Usually you're just like riding, really
Oh, so
riding.
you're not flipping these things like regular skateboarders do and
You
all
can
those
do
tricks. Or
you
can you
can
do
do
that?
it's not definite that you cannot do it. You can do anything.
Really? So
But
you can do the same thing you can do on a regular surfboard with a surf skateboard, really?
what's happening right now is that so many skateboarders that surf
Yep.
are changing using surf skates, and they
Yeah.
are bringing a progression to the sport because they are bringing some tricks from skateboarding that usually in surfing you don't do, but it's
Yeah.
happening right now. So you can see that the sport is evolving into more aggressive tricks, more radical tricks than rather than just riding and flowing, you know.
So these guys are not just as I would say emulating the surfing action, if you will, or surfing moves, but they're actually incorporating skateboarding moves into this as well. So you kind of got a whole sort of a mix of the two going on. Am I right?
Yeah, that's what's going on. Like, people from skateboarding are coming in, and people from surfing. So there are different styles here.
Yeah.
Someone who surfs usually focus on the maneuvers you do on water.
Mhm.
Someone who skateboards and grab a surf skate are gonna do tricks from skateboarding. So it's so at different styles. And usually a skateboarder is a surfer. Usually, like 60% of a skateboarder is surfing. So when they use these skateboards, they are bringing all those mixed up tricks. So you can see different style of riding right now. Many different styles.
Who's having an easier time of it? The surfers or the skateboarders when they jump on one of these surf skateboards?
Surfer for sure, because the feeling of pumping is the same feeling of pumping in the wave. It's the same feeling. So someone that doesn't know how to surf, I have to like make them imagine how it feels. So it's hard for someone who have never felt how to ride a wave to feel riding a wave in a surf
Okay.
skate, you know.
Yeah. but the surfers are actually they're finding this super easy on these surf skateboards because it really emulates being in the water on a surfboard. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, okay, I can tell you like for sure how it helps because I started surfing just 2 years ago. I come from bodyboarding. That's a different discipline. So I tried a surf skate once. I go like, oh, this is so cool. This feels like surfing, but I didn't surf at the time. I'm talking about like maybe 3 to 4 years ago. So then I started surf skating. And when I went back to the water and tried to do bodyboarding, I was like, no, this is boring. I want to go surfing. I want to go upright, you know, standing. So that's when my whole journey started. So I implemented using Surfskate to accelerate my progression in the water from learning to how to catch the waves, standing up in the board. That's different from bodyboarding. But when I got up in the board, I want to have fun and ride the wave. So the movements you make while standing and riding the wave is what you do while surf skating. So yeah, so what happened is maybe in a surf session you can catch like at the most 10 good waves. Of those 10 good waves, maybe 4 or 5 have a rideable wall, you know. So you don't have enough time to practice the motion of pumping and riding.
Yeah.
So that you can do in the surf kit all the time you want on flat surface. So you emulate and simulate, but you have to use your imagination and the feeling of how it feels and try to imagine the scenario of when you're riding, you know. So when you go to the water, you accelerate the progression.
Yeah, you got all this
surfing.
practice. Yeah, you got all this. Is it really that close though?
It's muscle memory, really.
I mean,
so
is it really close though? Right, doing a surf skateboard, is it really just about like surfing?
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, and if you use it like in the proper ramps, because for surf skating, really you need we use wave banks.
Yeah,
that have like the form of the wave, and not a bird or a half pipe that has rails that you use for skateboarding. On surfing, you don't have rails in the water. You have only the slope of the water, and you want to practice going down, doing the bottom turns, going up, making the turns in the upper part, and that's how you emulate. And when you go to the water, you're like ready. You know, you feel it rather than start like thinking about it, you're gonna do it because you feel the motion that you're repeatedly doing by practicing on a wave bank, on a ditch, on flat surface, and that's how I use it, and that's why I promote it so much here in Panama, and many people are using it and believing in it, and it works really.
Yeah.
That's really true. I tried once to surf, so I don't really know how to do that. But I was a skateboarding when I was kid, and when I tried one year ago the skating board, the turns are really different, as you said, like to go up and down like the waves. Like I could feel that. That's very true. And where is the best place to surf skating?
As I said to you, I see the surf skates as the mountain bikes. In cycling, you have road bikes and mountain bikes and BMX bikes, right? But a mountain bike, you can use it anywhere, street, off-road, jumping. Well, the same thing goes with surf skates. The skateboards, regular skateboards, are not so good at downhill, are not so good on flats. And surf skates, you can use it anywhere, in flat surface, on bowls, on slopes. You don't need much space to do it because they turn so the angle of turn is really close, so you can use small spaces to practice. So I call them like the mountain bikes of skateboarding because you can use it anywhere. That's the whole point of it. One skate and you can do it anywhere.
That brings an interesting point. How are these boards built so that that enables them? How are they built differently that enables them to emulate this surfing action? What makes them different than a regular skateboard?
Okay, I have here, I can show you the truck so you can see how they move. A regular skateboard is really rigid, the front truck and the back truck. On a surf skate, the front truck has a lot of movements. I don't know if you can see here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's like a little steering wheel almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see how it turns a lot.
That's very cool.
That's the whole difference between these boards and a regular skateboard.
Yeah.
Some people are putting these trucks on a regular skateboard deck, but the deck is the same as a skateboard.
So really, are they? Is it easy to interchange the mechanism there to put it on a regular skateboard or no?
Yeah, super easy. The thing is, we don't really do ollies. You can do them, but it's not necessary. You basically want to ride. Just ride and use a board on flat surfaces, really.
So I think that would be easier to ride a surf skateboard than it would a regular one. Am I right, or is that
okay? It's not easier, but
just
for
different?
me, I work with my hands. I'm artist,
right.
So I know that skateboarding, I will fall a lot.
Yeah.
Doing skateboarding is part of the process of learning. You fall and fall and fall, and I don't want to fall.
Right.
Like you fall in skateboarding, so
yeah. Well, that's half the fun, isn't it? If you wipe out, right?
you fall on the surf case and you go faster, really. But it's harder to fall in the surf skate than falling doing tricks in a skateboarding. Street skateboarding, yeah.
Sure. But it feels like you have to need more balance, right? Because you show like the rollers really move fast and it's moving. So it feels like we need to have more balance to do not fall. Is that true?
Well, all the bike, you need balance, many sports. Here, mostly you have to connect the movements. That's why I try to train people, like explain them how to move, how to use your arms, shoulder, connect everything in your body to feel the rhythm and to feel the flow in the skate. So it's not just standing above the skate and pumping and going on. There are many things going on, and we start like taking them part by part so people understand how to use their hands, how to use their shoulders, their knees, their feet, how to stand on the board. So it's not that you can do it like however you want to do it, but if you have some proper training, it's going to be better. And the thing here is that you're having fun while you're training, so you start like sweating and having a workout, but you don't think about doing a workout because you're having fun. So that's the whole point. Yeah.
It sounds like there's a lot going on with a surf skateboard, a lot more than a regular skateboard. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now, there are like emerging so many brands. So you see, mainly there were like 5 brands, and right now you can find like 30, 40 brands.
Well, what
Uh,
what I meant was like there's a lot more action wise by the rider, by the user
oh
going
yeah,
on. There's a lot more coordination that has to happen as opposed to just a regular skateboard. If I'm
yeah,
understanding you correctly, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Sure, I put you in a board, and the first thing you do, you when you do a pump, or you start like doing it,
Mhm.
and then I start like checking on you to see your body position and correcting some details. As you correct those details, your performance will get better, and you're gonna enjoy more
Yeah.
of doing it. So that's the whole idea. But it's not so complicated. It's only a matter of doing it right, using the proper positioning of your body, using all your body, understanding the movement, and why are you doing it. That's what I said at the beginning. Like, why are you doing this? Only for fun, or because you want to train and improve your surfing level through using this as an instrument for training?
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
very cool. Um, and I can, and well, let me ask you this out. Where can you, I want you, where these skateboards are available, obviously in Panama and obviously in Brazil. I don't remember seeing them around here, of course, but there's a lot I don't know. Trust me. But let's just ask you this. Where can people buy surf skateboards, Jamie?
Uh, you will see maybe a skateboard shop, but no, these boards are sold in surf shops because it is
Mhm.
Oh,
attached to surfing. That was
wow.
a mistake at the beginning. They started selling these boards in skate shops and nobody bought them. So what happened is a surf shop grabbed some surf skates and started selling like crazy. So you can
Wow.
find surf skates in a surf shop. You can find surf skates in Amazon also, online stores, and they deliver you right to your house.
Yeah.
And don't so you think that maybe you live in a city and people are not using them. People are using them a lot in cities that don't have beach nearby or an ocean. Like maybe in Spain, in Madrid, they train indoor and then they go to Canarias after training and they see how they are surfing. So many cities are getting more and more surf caddies riding in the cities rather than near the beach, near places like that.
Yeah. It seems to me though, because what you said was, it's best if you can just take and try it before you buy it. I get that. That makes sense. We do that, at a paddle. One of our sponsors here, Rutabaga Paddle Sports. That's one thing that I really love about them is you can go out and paddle that boat before you buy it. Um, if you order and if you go to the surf shop, I'm sure obviously you can take the board out and try it out. But if you get them on Amazon, you're not able to do that. What should you really think about, or how should you approach that when you buy on Amazon? If you buy one there and you're not able to try it before you buy it, what might you want to look for or be thinking about, Jamie?
Okay, you can. It's something is good in Amazon that you can see the reviews down, right? So
Hmm.
you can see how people explain how they feel the board. Also, try to find main brands, not like random brands that you don't know, like where this brand came from. So search the web. There are like 5 main brands. All the others that are appearing right now are like from those original systems, making their own brands. That maybe I have like a brand like Panama Surfskate, like whatever I can create, but I'm using the same system as maybe Slide Surfskates, as Yao Surfskates, and they are doing their own board and deck designs. But the main brands are the original one is Carver, the first one, then Swelltech, Yao, Your Own Way, that's from Spain,
Hmm.
Slide Surfskates, and Smooth Star, that is from Australia. So if you have those 5 brands in hand, all the others are gonna be like from these original one
Hmm.
systems. They
Yeah.
created them. So have in mind that look for the brand. Also, what size do you need? If you're a beginner, look for sizes between 29 and 31 inches.
Oh,
That's it. That's the length of the deck, the
yeah.
lens.
Yeah.
So the smaller the deck, the easier to pump. The bigger the deck is like a longboard. is big surfboards. Those are hard to maneuver, and a shortboard is like really more radical, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same applies to the surf skates. They are lenses in the decks. The smaller the deck, the easier to pump. The longer the deck, the pump is gonna be harder and
Interesting.
slower.
That's very cool to know. Good to know.
Yeah, they emulate the surf because if you use a longboard, the feeling is different. If you use maybe a mid-length surfboard, they perform differently than a shortboard.
Well,
All
I
of
think
those boards have different feelings. The same goes with the surf skates. They emulate with the lenses.
Yeah, I think when I tried surfing once, it must have been a long board because
Yeah,
it was hard
for
as hell,
sure.
and I didn't do that.
Yes, that's
I think it was
true.
up to like 3 seconds or something like that, and then I wiped out. But yeah.
And
Yeah,
also, you are a tall guy, so for sure you need a bigger one.
So I got a good excuse. Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Not the same for me, though.
Right.
And let me ask you, what questions do you get asked most about surf skating?
people want to know like what board do I buy, what lens. Yeah, that's what I just told you.
You're right.
And I usually like tell them like, okay, try my boards. I have like many boards so people that can try them and I can teach them. And once they like get a grip of it, then I tell them like, okay, start by these sizes. I usually recommend 31 inches because they get better as they do it. So when they get better, they want to have a bigger board. And if they buy like a 29, 30, they're gonna be like, oh, this is so small now. I want a bigger one. So this size is like the most versatile. I can
Oh,
use it.
sure.
31, 32. That size is like pretty good for any condition and any type of rider.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah,
Kind of like the
that-
middle of the road.
Yeah.
yeah, like the balance.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more of Outdoors People right after these messages.
A few years ago, someone asked Rutabaga's owner, Darren Bush, "Hey, how long have you guys been selling boats?" Darren replied, "Well, we don't sell boats. We sell time on the water." Of course, that comes in all types. We help people paddle more safely with Rutabaga outdoor programs. We rent canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. We sell and install racks to get you from home to adventure. Rutubaga's got everything you need to get you out on the water, like paddles, life jackets, dry bags, and clothing. Rutabaga Paddle Sports, on the web at rutabaga.com. Mention you saw this ad on The Camping Show.
It is time to go camping. Introducing Campground View's virtual tours. You can tour the campground, see the sights, see if they are available, and click to book your perfect spot. Hit the open road and explore the amazing places found in nature. We make it easy to discover, find, and book your site so that you can go have the fun and freedom you seek. Campground View's virtual tours make it easy and simple for you to see where you are going.
Duluth Pack is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. In store at 365 Canal Park Drive or online at duluthpack.com.
We're one big family, a community of paddlers, and we want to make sure that everyone has a great time out on the water.
We are made right here in Sparta, Tennessee, USA.
This is where every Jackson kayak is born, built by hand with a focus on innovation.
We are Jackson Kayak.
We are
Jackson Kayak.
We're Jackson Kayak.
We are Jackson Kayak.
And we're back with our guest, Jaime Armijo. Juan, we've got some pictures, and I think we got one video. If you could, we can play that video first and kind of gives an example. This is very cool if it's one I'm thinking. I love the way this looks in the bowl. let's go ahead and roll that and see what we got. Yeah, that really does look like
Really
surf.
like wave.
Yeah,
That's
very
very,
cool.
very cool.
Yeah, not the bowl one, but and that was really cool too. But yeah, I like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and take a look at those pictures. And Jamie, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at in each one of those, if you would, please.
Okay. Okay, this is surfing nearby the city. That place is called Chame Banks.
Oh yeah, I'm not
It's
seeing any
like the
pictures.
most constant break
guys
here nearby the city.
Do you guys have pictures? I don't see them.
Yeah.
You see the?
No,
You see it?
maybe my machine must be frozen. I don't see them.
Yeah.
It
I do
probably
see,
is
yeah.
out here in the country. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm like, where are they seeing the pictures at? Yeah, well, go ahead. I'm going to pop out and come back in because apparently I'm frozen up here.
Okay.
Go on ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have more pictures.
Yeah, that's in Chame, nearby the city. That's a main break we surf here because it's really constantly breaking waves there and good waves. And that's one of the main breaks we surf here in Panama. Near the city, there are many other breaks.
That's
They are
very,
like
very cool and so
far
beautiful
away.
beach.
Yeah, that's nearby the city. That's do you have something the other pictures? Only that one.
Do we have more one? Yeah, we have more.
Oh yeah, those are the surfing. Yeah, or the surfing. So if you see the position that I'm having there, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing you do in the surf case. So you have to be like really conscious of your hands, where you place your knees, your feet, and where are you looking. So when you're surfing, you're like imagining this scenario in your head. You're going down the wave, you're going backside riding or front side riding. So those things are the things that I imagine when I do surfskating. So to like get better when I get to do the actual surfing, it feels almost the same. Not the same, but almost the same, and it helps a lot because there are no waves like all the time. So when
Yeah,
there are
that's
the waves are pumping, you want to be ready. So usually there are seasons that we have like 4 weeks in a row without waves, and you cannot be like doing nothing. You have to do something because when the waves get in, you want to be ready, and you
yeah.
have to have the muscles like really warm up and the surf feelings in your legs. So that's what I usually do with the surf skates to keep myself like ready when it's pumping and get
Yeah,
to the water.
that's cool. And also, you do not fall in the water. So I think that's better when you are learning. Just like fall at the street feels better
Yeah,
than
yeah, surf.
fall in the big wave. So feels better
For
for learning.
yeah, and also the type of boards that I'm using are different. So there are many things going on there. But mainly, I focus on the positioning. You see my hands where they are, where I am looking. I am looking over the lip of the wave where I'm going, and that's what I explain to other people in surfing. Like we have to emulate everything that you're doing in surfing. So in surfing, you have to look, then your body will follow. Where you look, you head. You're heading right. So when you're surfing, I try to explain that a lot. Like imagine that you're surfing and everything starts where you are seeing that you want to go, and then your body will follow. And how you position your arms, shoulder, knees, everything in the board is the same thing as surfing.
That's very cool. Very good exercise. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there are days maybe like I just go out to hang around and I have a ride. Now usually I'm practicing or emulating surf. It's about having fun. So if you're having fun, you're doing it right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the most important thing. Have fun, right?
Yeah. For me, I
And
think the best surfer in the water or best surf skater is the one that having the most fun. Really.
and where can people go to learn more about surf skating and also follow you on social media?
There are many I have the channel in Panama that is called Surfskate Panama, to try to promote and explain why surfskating is like useful for you, and also it's like having fun, and what happened is when I started, there were like nobody here in Panama. We were like five, I don't know, two, um, not so many people doing it. So I tried to do it to create some community and to gather more people using surf skates, because there were a lot of street skaters, really, not surf skaters. And then I started like it before was called Carver Skate Panama. Then I changed it to Surfskate Panama to be more inclusive of all brands, because I was having trouble with some videos of other brands that I posted, and they told me like, "Hey, this is not your brand to be posting it." So Surfskate Panama became like the channel, and people write to me. We get together, we do rides, we go to the boat, we go surfing. It's a community right now, and we have developed that through the years.
Very cool. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
sounds very cool. Yeah.
But if you like just put in any browser, maybe your Instagram browser or your whatever social media you use, put Surfskate, and you'll see how many countries, communities, schools, teachers, tutorials, everything. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, here in Brazil, it get very famous after the pandemic too. Everyone is trying it out, and it is very, very fun. It's good exercise. I don't know. I really like it. I wish I could more.
Yeah, Brazil is like, oof, the quantity of people doing surfskate there is amazing. It's really crazy. So many people. Also in Europe, in Spain, everywhere right now. But I think that the country has the most quantity of surf skating is Thailand. If you see Thailand, it's like the phenomena of surf skate. It's something really, really big over there. What happened was that Thailand bought almost all the surf skate stock from all the brands in pandemia, and there were no surf skates. And we were like, hey, where are the surf skates? They got out of stock because Thailand bought all the surf skates. It was crazy.
That's very cool. And do you have social medias to people follow you and find you there?
I have my personal, my Instagram is Jimmy Zeta. I think you posted down there in the banner.
Yeah, this is for the podcast people that don't have a visual here, so they can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other one is Surfskate Panama.
Tell them this one. What is this? This is at Jimmy _Z ZETA, right? And what's the other one you said?
Surfskate Panama.
Surfskate _ Panama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to put the. I found that out the hard way. You have to put the underscore in there. Surfskate _ Panama.
Yeah, and also I started working to bring more brands to Panama, because we only had like one option. It's like you only can buy Toyota. There's no other brand. Like I want European cars. I want Japanese.
A little
cars.
monopoly going there, right?
Yeah. So I started working on that and found this great brand that after all the brands I've like tested, this is the one that cheapest, good quality, and the surfing feeling is like the best one. How you pump the skate, the speed you get, the feeling in your feet, the quality of the board is so good at a low price. The brand is Slide Surfskates, like SLIDE, Slide Surfskates.
Slide Surfskates. Yeah. Interesting. Slide. That's
so
good.
I started bringing this to Panama. Yeah. So now in Panama we have like from one brand we have now like 4 brands available for people to buy, because the internet shops are blocked to our zone, to our region. So I cannot buy a Surfskate in the US or anywhere else. Most internet shops are blocked for a region.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. And you know what? We're out of time here. We got to go. But I want to thank you for being our guest here on Outdoors People. It was a pleasure having you with us, Jamie.
Same with me. Thank you for the opportunity and for sharing this information, and have fun.
Thank you.
We'd also like to thank each of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's show: Rutabaga Pedal Sports, Campground Views, Duluth Pack, and Jackson Kayak.
Be sure to tune in for next week's episode, Against All Odds, with our special guest, Noah Elliott. Until then, for Maya Marzaki, this is C.W. Getz saying thanks for tuning in to Outdoors People. See you next week.
Ciao.